government spending.
Republicans are reacting to the Justice Department Inspector General's lengthy new report on the January 6th Capitol protest, in which he finds there were 26, quote, confidential human sources in the crowd that day, and 3 of them were assigned by the FBI. Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan says this confirms what Republicans knew all along.
Confidential human source is a fancy name for spy. There were 26 of them here on January 6, 2021. 4 of them entered the Capitol. 0 were prosecuted.
Missouri Republican Senator Eric Schmidt calling for more investigation into those informants.
We need to understand better what the role was, who authorized it, what they were doing, and again, just a lot of unanswered questions.
The investigation into the suspect charged with killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is now moving to San Francisco. Alexis McAdams reports.
Investigators in California reportedly recognized Luigi Mangione, but I'm not sure at this point if that tip ever made it into New York City investigators. So last month, Mangione's mom reported him missing in San Francisco, telling authorities she hadn't talked to him in nearly 6 months. Just days after she filed that report, police say Mangione killed Brian Thompson in New York City, even though there were wanted posters. Sources tell me the suspect's family never called in a single tip, but a guy I talked to who lives in Hawaii, who only met Mangione a few times, says he even thought about those posters twice.
A Massachusetts-based pro-family activist says he is not surprised that Senator Elizabeth Warren would justify the killing of a health insurance company's CEO. Chad Groening has more.
Since the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, his accused killer, Luigi Mangione, has been cast by the left as a romantic figure who they perceive used vigilante justice as a means of holding the exploitive healthcare industry accountable. During a recent interview, left-wing Senator Elizabeth Warren echoed that sentiment.
Violence is never the answer. This guy gets a trial who's allegedly killed the CEO of United Health. But you can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
Brian Kemaker is president of the pro-family organization Mass Resistance.
When Elizabeth Warren said that, I mean, obviously, what a horrible thing to say, but it didn't surprise me. That's how the leftists here think. They're like lunatic and barbaric in their political thoughts, and they vote for her. She reflects the leftists in this state. That's how they think. Leftists are just horrible, horrible people.
Kamaker says if you're mad about something, you don't shoot people.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of big insurance companies, but you don't do that.
I'm Chad Groening.
Health experts in Arizona are warning of a growing epidemic of bird flu. Justin Lum of Fox Phoenix TV affiliate KSAZ reports.
Cases started popping up in November with birds at a poultry farm in Pinal County showing signs of illness. Another flock of poultry in Maricopa County tested positive for bird flu last month, per DHS. Last week, officials reported the first human H5 cases in Arizona. Both people were exposed to infected poultry while working at a facility in Pinal County. Officials say they had mild symptoms and have since recovered. Most recently in Coconino County, health officials say bird flu has been detected in wastewater, but there are no reports of human or animal cases right now. According to the CDC, there have been nearly 60 confirmed human cases of the H5 bird flu, the majority in California with 32 cases, followed by Washington and Colorado. Justin Lum, Fox News.
More news available online at afn.net and download the AFN mobile app for your Apple or Android device. I'm Rusty Pugh.
The Bachelor of Arts in Christian Ministry at Wesley Biblical Seminary is the perfect opportunity to prepare for God's calling on your life. It's easy to make excuses why you can't pursue what God has called you to do, but this program removes those barriers: flexible class options, an affordable cost, and highly trusted professors. WBS is the school for you, and now is the time to take a next step and prepare for God's calling on your life. Learn more at wbs.edu. That's wbs.edu.
It's First Time Caller Day on Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
It is first time callers, so start lining up, folks. If you've never been on the show with us, today could be your day.
So first time callers only today. Now we're going to ask 3 questions each.
The quack of a duck does not produce an echo. Is that true or false?
That falls under the category of it's just wrong. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. I know you depend on me to tell you what day it is, so it's Friday, December the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
I think about those things all the time.
When you're crossing the street trying to avoid that black cat.
It's right.
Yeah, don't step on the crack. You'll break your mama's back.
There you go.
And carrying that mirror very, very carefully.
All right, Trivia Friday it is. I'm Tim Wildman, and Ed Superstitious Vitagliano's here with us, too. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim.
How you doing, J.J. Jasper?
Here's the deal. The old lady and the kids have told me stay off the computer, but I made the mistake to try to go online and do some Christmas shopping, and I've got an apology to make. I hit the wrong button and launched some drones in New Jersey. Maybe you've seen something about it in the news. It ain't got nothing to do with no mothership or the Iranians. I just should have stayed off the computer, and I want to say I'm sorry. Look, if something ever happens to my pointing fingers, I ain't going to be able to communicate with the outside world.
Drones.
That's funny.
Oh, that is hilarious. All right, so Trivia Friday is on American Family Radio. We also call this Learning University. Learning University is on the air. First-time callers only today. So if you've never got on the air with us on Trivia and you wanted to, today's your day to call in. What number do they need, Ed?
888-589-8840.
8840.
That's the number to get on. First-time callers, 888-589-8840. Just a little encouragement to you. There's only one person on screen right now, so this could really be your chance. Call in. You might be second in line, 888-589-8840.
Hey, I was having some fun with shopping online, letting Earl come out on the porch. Resources.afa.net. We've got sweatshirts that are brand new, a brand new AFR cap, books, mugs, tote bag, and this week has been free shipping. Today is the last day of the free shipping, so resources.afa.net for some real good gifts at a great price, and it helps the ministry.
You need to be 11 years old or older to call in. Also, if you hit the mystery question, as JJ says, if you land on the mystery question, you answer correctly, you will hear this sound.
The beloved cowbell.
Beloved cowbell shall ring, and all the world will know. You won yourself a what, Ed?
An AFR ball cap / trucker's cap.
Yeah. I see truckers walking along with it.
Farmer's hat.
Yeah, get their diesel.
Not a whole lot of farming going on this time of year, but you can still wear it.
Yeah, there is some farming because I got a question about that this time of year.
Oh, well, there you go. Great segue.
But yeah, you win you a ball cap, AFR. It's a really, really nice cap if you answer the mystery question correctly. So there, I think we've set the table, hadn't we?
I think we have. I guess we're ready to.
It's a good metaphor for this time of the year, isn't it?
Launch our questions.
Yeah, but have y'all been hitting the temptation, the sweets temptation period of the month yet?
I'm not following you.
All the candies and cookies and fudge this time of year.
Oh yeah. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so this is,
It is slowing down a little bit here at work because more and more people are using their vacation days.
Yeah.
But here for the last week or two, there's food everywhere.
Yeah, but I walked through this morning on the way in. There was nobody there, but I was walking in, had to go walk through and then go upstairs. So on a table in one of the offices, the big open area, there's a big batch of peanut butter candy.
Are you talking about in the magazine department?
You went too, huh?
No, I didn't.
You did.
He's trying to get directions.
No,
yes, I am. Who made that? Because it's really delicious.
That was for the children's home. Tell me you start in on that.
Well, one less child's going to have one of those because I got one.
No, I think that's.
I opened it up. I said, "Should I? Should I not?" And the angel and the food devil on your shoulders.
Let me just clear up. Let me clear a few things up here. I was right behind you. There was no should I or shouldn't I. You opened it, grabbed one, and shut the lid.
I didn't debate it long.
Get back to work, Marley.
It wasn't.
Whose candy is this? Well, I'm taking it with me to my office.
It was a peanut butter fudge. Anyway.
It was left out there in that department for anyone who wants. Anybody who wants one. I was just
all right.
kidding.
Oh my Anyway,
word.
there
You
went.
guys are
I was
funny.
thinking that's 500 calories right there.
Well, you know how we spring forward and fall back right after Thanksgiving. I reminded people on the air to be sure and set their scales back 10 pounds for that exact reason.
All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go. First question. By the way, I have to start off with. I have 3 Christmas questions. First one, in Isaiah 9:6, it says that Jesus will be given 4 names. The first one is Wonderful Counselor. And then he gives the next 3. What are those next 3 names? Wonderful Counselor. He will be called Wonderful Counselor. And then 3 more names. What are they? Question number 2. In Luke 2, how many angels spoke to the shepherds? In Luke 2, how many angels spoke to the shepherds? And third question, this is from popular culture. In the Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who was the father of Rudolph? What was the name of the reindeer who was the father of Rudolph? That's what I've got.
Here's what I've got. First question. In the classic Christmas movie Miracle on 34th Street, it centers on what real-life department store? Miracle on 34th Street, or if you're going to watch this weekend, they say that there's a Christmas special for atheists, and it's Coincidence on 34th Street. Yeah, Miracle on 34th Street, which department store? Then second question, what book in the Bible prophesies that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem? What book in the Bible prophesies that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem? Third question, true or false? The first artificial Christmas trees were made of goose feathers. Is that true or false? The first artificial Christmas trees were made of goose feathers.
All right, here are my questions. Number 1, cranberries are very popular this time of year, right? Cranberry salads.
With
and
some
so
people.
forth. Yeah. Well, yes, but with some people, but they're very popular across the country.
Those kind of folks, you know you are.
So, my question unto thee is, which state grows the most cranberries? And actually, this
That's
state
a really good question.
This state grows the most cranberries, and they grow half the cranberries consumed in the U.S. in this one particular state.
Cranberry bogs, and you throw those little suckers on the ground to see how high they bounce to see if they're ripe. Look it up.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Look it up, Ed.
I'm not going to do that.
Just trust him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna trust
it
them.
really is true.
All right, so
how much they bounce is when they're ripe.
who was famous for using the expression "happy trees" on TV?
Happy trees?
Uh-huh. If I said any more, it'd be a dead giveaway. So I'm not going to say any more.
Happy trees.
No.
Here's the deal. I heard Phil say happy, happy, happy trees.
Yeah, you did.
On more than one occasion.
Yes, you did. Who was famous for using the expression "happy trees"?
I got it.
On TV. And finally, and if you live in the state of Mississippi, our home state, you're not eligible to answer this question, but everybody else is. What are the 2 nicknames, at least 2 most common nicknames for the state of Mississippi? You know how every state has its, like Kentucky's the bluegrass state?
Yeah.
Okay, for example, I want to know what are the 2 most common nicknames for the state of Mississippi? All right, those are my questions, and let's go to the phones, Ed.
All right, and we're going to go to Indiana, and Marcus is on the line. Marcus is left over from last week.
Leftovers.
He's been very patient.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Sitting on the phone since last Friday.
Yeah, wow.
Marcus, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning to you,
Good
Marcus.
morning, Marcus, from Indiana. Where do you live in Indiana?
Kokomo.
Oh,
Kokomo.
Kokomo, okay.
Good area.
All right, Marcus, ask, answer, or both?
I'm going to do both.
Okay. Which one do you want to answer?
I'll do the Rudolph movie.
All right.
Hold on a second. This is not going to work. Can you, we can't hang up.
It's real distorted, Marcus.
Yeah, are you like on a Bluetooth or
Are you wearing an aluminum foil hat?
A houndstooth or something like that?
Oh, no, I am not. I'm going to move around.
Okay,
Yes,
move
sir.
around.
Go to
All right,
the
we'll see what
window in the northeast corner of your house. No, I'm just looking out for you. Northeast corner. Go to that window.
JJ's
It's not any better, Marcus. We'll just do the best.
Comic Heat.
Comic Heat.
There's my tour name right there.
Comic
Bringing
Heat.
the comic.
Yeah,
Bringing the Comic Heat, baby.
I like that. We'll just do the best we can,
Yeah, we
Marcus.
will.
Here's the question.
All right, we're doing live.
In the Christmas classic,
Best we can.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who was the father of Rudolph? What was that reindeer's name?
His name was Donner.
Donner.
There we go. Way to start us out, Marcus.
Donner. Who names a reindeer Donner?
I guess
don't know.
I guess
Santa?
it was Santa. I guess.
Some people that went through that pass and run out of food. That's all I'm going to say because there'll be some small ones listening to the radio.
Oh, hey, Marcus, what's your question for us?
I have a non-Christmas question.
All right.
In Europe, cars used to, and maybe still do, have these white oval stickers on the back with a 1, 2, 3 letter abbreviation of the country from which the owner comes. Right?
Yes.
F is France and I is Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, what country is represented by the abbreviation CH?
Is it? Let's talk among ourselves. Is it Czechoslovakia?
Man, I don't know. CH.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. We've seen most everybody's seen those stickers. CH.
I don't think there's an H in Czechoslovakia.
No, I think it's
That's
CZ.
Yeah.
We're going phonetic on that.
Yes.
But that's outcome-based stickers. That's kind of the direction my mind was going. CH. What country?
I don't know. So
all right.
I know it's on the the chart in chemistry class.
One of the elements.
Yeah, my college first day I
Yes.
looked at that chart. I said, I'm gonna be lucky to get a D in this here class.
If I have to memorize that chart.
If that's what we're starting with, I better hope there's a curve.
You're going to have to memorize this by Friday, students.
And I will not be. My aspirations for medical school are over right now.
One of my daughters.
The Lord has shown you the way.
One of my
to not
daughters
go.
just spent all her time at the kitchen table, long hours, burning the midnight oil. And it's like, what's going on? Well, I got to read these 13 chapters in this class, and I've got to memorize all this in this other class. And then that's when I realized teachers, because they're zealous and love what they do and they're passionate, don't realize that's not the only class people have. You know, read these 13 chapters by Friday.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
But then when everybody does that, you don't have time to have a normal life. There's
Right.
no time left to eat or sleep.
I'm with you, brother. I wanted a normal life. All this studying is messing up my life. All right, go ahead. What's
Marcus,
the answer?
you stumped us. What's the answer?
Stumped you. Okay,
CH.
the answer is Switzerland.
Of course.
Believe it or not.
Of course.
How did do you know the story behind that?
Chocolate. CH.
Yes, I do actually. CH. It comes from the. It stands for Confederation of Helvetia. Helvetia was a Latin, the Latin expression for Switzerland, and it's a confederation of Helvetic states. So
Okay.
The Helvetians were
Be careful
tribes
now. This is
of
Christian radio.
They were tribes
Right.
during the Roman Empire. They were called the Helvetians.
Okay.
Yep.
Did they win anything?
Well, Rome fell, and
That's
I don't know
what
if
I'm
they
wondering.
Were, part,
Were they- were these the barbarians?
They weren't. They weren't the ones
Okay.
who did
When
it.
you got a Swiss Army knife, but you ain't got no army, things are already getting a little bit sideways in Helvania. And they say everything
right.
will work out
Thank you, Marcus.
unless Helvania freezes over.
Yeah, you're on fire. This is like your third fist bump of the morning.
All right.
Comic fire coming your way. I love
bring
All right.
Comic
So
Heat.
anyway,
Comic Heat.
it was Switzerland. CH.
CH.
Yeah.
And it stands for what?
Confederation of Helvetic States.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next call.
Yeah, I think we better move on. We're going to go to Tennessee, and Greg is on the line. Greg, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Great, guys. So appreciate the laughter, particularly in this most recent season.
Thank you, brother.
Where do you live in Tennessee, Greg?
Well, actually, she kind of caught me off guard. I'm traveling back to Mississippi, and I wasn't exactly sure where on the road I was.
Well, it's like a thief in the night, brother. Like a thief in the night, you got to be prepared at all times. So
true.
All right.
I'm just messing with you,
Was that a
Greg.
metaphor of some kind?
I
missed
was
that one.
I was
A thief
I was
in the
trying
night traveling down
You know how
the
some
road?
people will supersize their food and drink at McDonald's? I decided to super spiritualize.
Oh, I got you.
Just
Okay.
a simple statement Greg was making, and I decided to make him feel awkward.
Yes. All right, Greg, go ahead. Ask, answer, or both, my friend.
I'd love to do both.
Okay, which one do you want to answer?
Who grows the most cranberries?
Yes, okay. I will repeat the question for those just joining us, and Greg's about to answer it. Greg on the road in Tennessee, traveling back to Mississippi, and here's the question. Which state grows the most cranberries? Greg?
That would be Wisconsin.
Yes.
What?
Wow.
Yes.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, you already have me on the eastern seaboard up around.
Well, Massachusetts grows a lot too, but far and away, Wisconsin grows the most cranberries. How do you know that, Greg?
There was a little bit of help on that one.
Okay.
I was thinking Maine for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so let me just a couple more notes on that. Wisconsin grows for over 20 years. They've grown the most cranberries annually, and they the reason, one of the reasons for that is the states. You have to have the right temperatures, climate. You have to have the right kind of soil. Acidic soil is what they call it, and abundant water resources, which allow the establishment of the flooded bogs that are essential to cranberry cultivation. You only grow them in water, right? Basically, you got to have a lot of water. Anyway, so cranberries, I was like 50 before I started liking cranberry salad at the holidays.
I don't mind like cranberries in something, kind of like raisins.
Yeah, in a salad maybe or
something.
something?
Salads and stuff. I still do not like. Growing up, we always had cranberry sauce.
Yeah, we did too.
That looks like a can of dog food when it comes out.
Yes, it does. Now, but you can make it. You can make cranberry. I don't know what you call them. Desserts.
But I just never have.
Yeah.
I just never have like the
Is
sauce.
like a religious thing or something.
It's
religious.
It's
exemption.
bordering. It's bordering on the religious.
I'm with Tim. I think if the dressing, turkey and dressing, if there's not some cranberry right there. Then,
you don't feel American.
If there's not cranberry in heaven, no, I'm not going.
All right, good answer, Greg. Way to go. Wisconsin, known for their cheese,
right?
Yes,
is also the top, and that is also I know I have some friends who live along the coast. One of the Lake Michigan, maybe is that Lake Michigan? I think it is in Wisconsin, and they have They have something. Maybe it's cranberries. I've forgotten now what it is. Anyway, the climate there grows things like grapes. They're grapes.
Grapes too.
Grapes.
Wow.
Grapes.
Ben Franklin wanted them to be called cranberry heads instead of cheese heads. They said that's going to be so messy.
Right.
Nobody's going to go for that.
Brett
It's gonna
Favre will
stain
never
their-
come quarterback for us.
That was part of the conversation. It said it's going to stain your clothes, so it was nixed.
All right.
That Benjamin Franklin. Hey,
Yeah, he
Greg,
got around.
what's your question for us?
Well, let's stick with geography.
All right.
It's kind of a two-part question, maybe. How many states, or are there states that do not share letters in the spelling of the state and their capital? And if so, name them.
Wow, that's a deep.
What is that? Go ahead again. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I missed that. Go ahead. What now?
So, what state or states do not share letters in common in their spelling between the state and their state capital.
Do not share letters in common.
Oh, you
Give
mean,
us an example.
Oh,
I'm not
Jackson,
sure.
Jackson, Mississippi, right?
But that would
Well,
that would share an S.
at least.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I don't
Okay,
think we're gonna- I
hang
don't
on a
think we're
second,
gonna
Greg. Let me
get there. Yeah.
let's get into this here. Okay, Alabama. Let's start there.
I don't think
No,
we're
it'll
gonna-
take us.
I don't think
take
we're
us
going to
too
get
long.
there in time. What's the answer?
Pierre, South Dakota.
There's one.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's the only one.
All right, so they don't
That's the
share.
one I can come.
They don't
That's
share
good.
any letters in
Yeah,
the
that's
capital
that
or
is
the.
good.
Where'd you come up with that question?
While listening to y'all several months or years ago,
Okay.
I just started thinking about it.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. All right. Hey, Greg, you have a great day, my friend.
Yeah,
Be
Merry
careful.
Christmas.
Be careful on the road, brother.
Let's go ahead and take our break. I think
My mind's already tired.
All right, so
We're
we'll
just
take our
30
break.
minutes in.
Take our break a little early, and be back with more of Trivia Friday
We'll
on
reset
American
our
Family.
questions.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
We shall reset our questions, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildman.
One day, while walking with some friends in a back street of Florence, the great sculptor Michelangelo saw a block of marble amid a rubbish heap. The marble was rough, shapeless, even stained. None of his friends paid any attention to the piece of marble and were surprised when Michelangelo sought to recover it. One of the friends asked Michelangelo what he wanted with a worthless piece of rock. His reply, "There's an angel in that stone, and I must get it out." Countless other people had passed by that rubbish heap and had seen the piece of marble, but not a single one of them thought of the discarded piece of rock as having any significant value in it. It took the eyes of a master sculptor to see the hidden beauty. How many times and in how many areas of life this story could be retold? Something of great value we pass every day because we cannot see the hidden beauty. Someone has asked what the significance of the Christian faith is. What is it about this religion that sets it above other religions? Well, one thing is the ability of the Galilean to see hidden beauty and strength in people, which passes the vision of others. No one had ever thought of Matthew, the hated tax collector in Capernaum, as having any quality about him worthy of redeeming. Even Matthew himself probably thought there was nothing of particular value about himself except, of course, his money. But one day Christ was walking along the road when he came to Matthew's collecting station. The carpenter looked at Matthew and saw in him one who could help change the world for God's purpose. And Christ picked Matthew, the tax collector, up out of the rubbish pile and polished him into a creature of beauty and strength. Once I was invited to preach in a little country church. After the service had begun, I noticed a person enter whom I had known while growing up. This person had come up the hard way and had lived a rather rough life. So I was surprised to see him in a church service. I asked someone about him later and was told that he was one of the most faithful members that the church had. That person would have been the last person I would have ever expected to see in church. But the shepherd of men saw the beauty which was hidden from human eyes, and had worked to bring the beauty out. What is it which is so special about this Christ we follow? It is his ability to take lives which have been discarded as worthless by fellow humans, to redeem and change them, and to shape them into lives of beauty and strength. In every life there is some hidden beauty. Every person has about him some of life's greatest qualities. And it is this Galilean, this master sculptor of men, who can bring these qualities to surface. I know this to be true because I've seen it with my own eyes.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildman, a production of the American Family Association.
One thing I ask from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple. Psalm 27:4.
American Family Radio.
One of my favorite Christmas songs right there.
Green and Red Acres.
Hey, there you go.
All right, what a great song that was. That was a funny, funny show right there. All right, so we're back to Trivia Friday here on American Family Radio. Tim, Ed, and JJ. By the way, for those who want to watch the show, we do live video stream. What are the various and sundry ways, Ed, people can join us as if they're right here in studio with us?
Well,
unfortunately.
yes. So you can go to our own streaming platform, of course.
Yes.
Stream.afa.net. Stream.afa.net. You can also go to Facebook Live, search for today's issues. That's normally the name of the show.
Is it called Facebook Live? Is that what it is?
Well, you can go to Facebook Live. That's where they do
streaming.
Yes, some streaming programs.
We're back on YouTube too, because we haven't
Yes.
said hydrochloroquine in so long. I don't even remember the last time we said that word.
Hydroxychloroquine. Oh,
that too.
Man, sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
we'll be off again.
Yeah. Anyway,
And if people are watching, in full disclosure, I mean, you already know that if you're watching, but we've had a lot of work done, all three of us.
Yes, you can tell.
You're not. This is not like ferocious and
No.
handsome from birth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
obviously, we've had a lot of work
you got
done.
to make that call. You know, you can't. You know, your career. You got to make that call sometime.
Yes,
it's a risk.
Yeah, you just call.
You look like a Botox freak.
1-800.
If you don't.
1-800 clip here.
See what happened to Kenny Rogers. Remember him?
Yes.
Went from normal to space alien like overnight. Huh? Am I right?
No, you're right. He's unrecognizable. Is he still alive?
He passed. I
Yes.
shouldn't make ill of. Well, they say don't
Speak ill of
the dead.
I love his music. I'm just saying he did
Right.
do that crazy facial stuff.
And since I got us going down this rabbit trail, I've been in radio so long, decades now.
How long have you been?
Well, when I first got in radio, it was not. It was taboo to mention anything about plastic surgery. Well, now you can say something about it, and people don't even raise an eyebrow.
Bada boom! Oh man, you ought to go on the road with this stuff. I'm telling you.
Please,
Wait, you
go
do.
on the road.
All right, so Trivia Friday is on American Family Radio. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ, and we're here every Friday. We thank you for listening.
And by the way, next 2 Fridays will be live.
Okay.
Here in the studio. I don't know why I'm saying that because I'm off next week, but
you're off a lot.
But
anyway.
most people will not. So I don't know. Anyway, never
Wait
mind.
a minute. Okay, I'm here. I'm here next Friday. That next. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm here. We're good. Are you here?
I'm coming because you're coming.
Yeah,
but now
coming.
if you're not coming,
I am coming.
Okay,
I'm gonna be here. You gonna be here?
Yes,
No?
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back. Anyway, reset our questions.
Reset our questions. I will add one since I've had one Rudolph question answered. I'm going to substitute with another one.
Oh, you got a follow up, Rudolph?
I got to follow up Rudolph. I've got 2 more for next week.
Okay, well let's go.
I hit the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer jackpot when it comes to trivia.
So much to know.
So there is so much to know.
It's a deep
It is
into the life of one reindeer.
Is one make believe.
One reindeer who made a difference.
Yeah.
Don't think you can't. If you're just one reindeer or you're just one person, you can make a difference.
You can.
Yes.
And that's the lesson of that
Don't
fine
let a
show.
red nose stop you.
By the way, let me just say this one quick thing
Yeah.
and then move on. So seriously, one day this week, I thought, you know what? I want to watch Rudolph. You know, it used to come on. And
take you back to your childhood.
Take me back to my childhood. So I checked to see if it was streaming. Everywhere you want to watch it, you got to pay $5 to watch it. It used to come on, for
every
free.
year.
Every year.
Yeah.
That's America.
It's America.
What's happened there? Because the Chinese own that,
They bought the rights.
They own the right to Rudolph.
To Rudolph?
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. I don't know why I got into. Let's move on. All right, in Isaiah 9, it says the Messiah.
In Isaiah,
you're the one who's always saying, "I got to bring this. I got to bring us back."
Yes.
In Isaiah, it says the Messiah will be given 4 names.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful Counselor is one. What are the next 3 in Isaiah 9?
That is a very good Bible Christmas question.
Yes. In Luke 2, how many angels spoke to the shepherds? You remember the shepherds being told what to go do and where to find the Messiah? And then third question in the Christmas classic, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What was the name of the Jack-in-the-Box on the Island of Misfit Toys? What was the name of the Jack-in-the-Box on the Island of Misfit Toys?
Did JJ not have that 2 weeks ago?
Did he?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it was last year.
Maybe
it just rolled around.
That's right. It comes
Years
around
start
that
running
quickly.
together.
Here's what I've got. First question. The classic Christmas movie Miracle on 34th Street centers on what real-life department store?
They're closing a lot of those, too, by the way.
Second question. What book in the Bible prophesies that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem? Third question, true or false, the first artificial Christmas trees were made of goose feathers. Is that true or false? The first artificial Christmas trees were made of goose feathers.
Here are my 2 questions that are left. Number 1, and as I said, you're not eligible to answer this question if you're from Mississippi because the question relates to the state of. So here's the question. What are the 2 nicknames, or at least the 2 most common nicknames for the state of Mississippi? For example, Kentucky is known as the Bluegrass State. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I want 2 of those for Mississippi. And then my second question is, who was famous for using the expression happy trees on television? Who made that expression famous on popular American television? All right, back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we go to Texas, and Richard is on the line with us. Richard, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Richard. Where are you calling from?
Plano,
Texas.
That's
okay.
a good area.
I was out there about 6 months ago or so.
Yeah. Howdy.
Yeah.
Richard.
I keep joking around, Richard, that you got Plano, and then you got what's the town north of there?
Is it Allen?
You got Allen next door.
we got Allen, yeah, but Plano, we got Prestonwood Baptist Church.
Yes, that's
Louisville is there.
You mean north of there? I just keep saying in about 5 years, Dallas is going to take over Oklahoma. They're like moving over the Red River. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it is growing in that direction.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
McKinney. That's what I was thinking of.
Hey,
all right, go ahead,
Richard, ask, answer, or do both?
McKinney, I'd like to do both.
Which one you want to answer?
The one from Isaiah.
All right, Richard, here's
the names.
Yeah, here's the question in Isaiah 9:6. It says the Messiah will be given 4 names. Wonderful Counselor starts off the list. What are the next 3 names?
Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace.
That is
nice. Way to go, Richard.
Nice. Way to go, Richard.
So, do you have the whole Bible verse in front of you there?
I do.
Read it. Read it.
Please.
You talking about starting with 9?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just that verse there for a child.
For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government shall be upon us his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
Okay, just real quick, I know we don't want to do a whole Bible study here on this trivia show, but I want to ask you, is this a reference? I know the answer to the question, but is this a reference in the Old Testament which is prophesying about future events about Jesus Christ coming to earth? Is that what that's about?
Yes, in part. Now, these passages, the prophecies, for example, about the virgin birth in Isaiah 7, this in Isaiah 9, they have fulfillment in Isaiah's day, but a lot of times, kind of like a thread, two strands intertwined. Then they also have messianic fulfillment,
Which that is.
That's
or he is. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. All right, Richard, go ahead with your question, my friend.
This is not from the scriptures, but it's kind of a riddle.
Mm-hmm.
What sentence can you say that you cannot write to mean the same thing?
What sentence can you say, but you cannot write to mean the same thing?
Pierre.
Yes.
Pierre, South Dakota.
Pierre, South Dakota.
You say it. I'm just giving you the answer. Okay, I don't want to take credit for everything.
You don't want to take credit for everything.
What can you say that you can't write to mean the same thing?
I'm so bad at riddles. I mean, I'm legitimately terrible at riddles.
Yeah, you are.
Hey, we're stumped. What's the answer, Richard?
Keep beating yourself up.
There are 3 twos in the English language.
There are 3 twos.
TWO, TOO, and TO. Right.
So you can.
But that's not what you said.
Right.
You can't say that.
Okay, you're putting words in our mouth right here, Richard.
Okay, I'm not getting. Okay.
The sentence is you can say there are 3 twos in the English language, but you can't write that to say the same thing.
Because if you put TWOS, that's not accurate. Or if you put T00, they're not 3 of those. There's 3 individuals.
That is really.
That's deep.
You see what he's saying?
There. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Of course I do. I'm with you guys. I'm as smart as y'all.
Hey, thank you.
Nobody like I didn't know what he's talking about.
Just the look on your face.
Thank you, Richard. Merry Christmas to you and yours.
That is an excellent question,
yes,
brother.
It is. I will use that riddle.
That's one that I'm going to try to file away and toss that one out.
The word incorrect is spelled incorrect in the dictionary? Every single time you see it in the dictionary, it's spelled incorrect.
Hey, do you want to explain what he just said so that people will know who are maybe wanting to know?
Well, since you understood it, why don't you explain it?
Well, I just, I'd rather say I don't want to dominate the show. You know what I'm saying? I get criticized for that already.
Okay.
Tim talks all the time. Tim interrupts. I don't want to do that. I want to let you have the opportunity to share what he just talked about.
Well, thank you. That's nice of you to give me some space here.
I'll just sit back.
What he was saying was, if you say verbally there are 3 twos in the English language, everyone understands that you're talking about the word that's pronounced to, and it can be spelled in one of 3 ways: TWO. TOO or TO. Okay. But if you try to write it, you have to pick one of those to put in that spot of 2. There are 3 twos in the English language. And at that point,
it would be incorrect.
It'd be incorrect.
If you write TWO''S.
Because there's not 3 of those.
3 of those, yeah.
Great question.
It is. That was really good.
All right, back to the phones, Ed.
All right. We're going to Mississippi, and Jonathan is on the line. Jonathan, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi, how are you doing?
We're doing good, brother. Jonathan, where are you calling from?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
But I got my family's right down the road. Have you ever heard of Hurricane, Mississippi?
Sure have. Right across the road
Yeah,
from Ecru.
Right.
Oh, right,
Jackson.
yeah.
It's outside of Pontotoc. Yeah, my dad's family's from there.
Okay, that's 15 minutes from here. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes, we're very familiar with those little towns.
Just
All right.
to the west.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, thank you for calling. You want to ask, answer, or do both?
I want to do both.
All right. Which one you want to answer?
The one about the name of the Jack in the Box.
Okay, here's the question. In the Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of the Jack in the Box on the island of Misfit Toys?
I just watched that, and it's my favorite Christmas little thing. It's Charlie.
Charlie in the Box.
Charlie.
That's right.
You know what I was thinking about was JJ had a question about the dentist a year, not
that's
too long
right.
ago. That's what it was.
Jaime or whatever, Hermie.
Herbie.
Herbie the dentist?
Yeah.
Want to be a dentist? So
The dentist name was Herbie. I tried to call in the last time y'all had first-time callers, and that was the question I was going to answer.
Yeah. Well, so it's Charlie. What is it?
Charlie in the Box.
Charlie in the Box. That's
why he was a
misfit. Stereo. We're in stereo.
Yes.
You can order those if you go to Red Lobster on Friday.
Charlie in the Box?
Yeah, Charlie. It's a Charlie in the Box.
That's a take-home thing?
And you get free kids meals, too. So, I mean, I'm just saying, take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Order Charlie in the Box.
But that's only for takeout.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the box.
Yeah, I saw that ad.
They'll throw a lobster in, too, a live lobster.
A live lobster?
Yes, they'll pull one out of the tank.
Yeah.
And put it in your bag.
Now, his little claws are tied together, but that's probably a
Right.
good thing.
Rubber band.
Well, you can
That's
let
right.
them loose when you get them home. You just don't get them around.
You guys ready for my question?
Yes, sir.
Around the puppies.
Yes,
you don't want
sir.
to get them around your puppies. You know what I'm saying?
Those lobsters.
Yeah, go ahead,
It
Jonathan.
can turn ugly in a hurry.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm absolutely right on this. My answer may not be correct, but I think it is. What is the smallest country in Europe?
All right, don't say anything, Jonathan. We're gonna talk amongst ourselves.
Second is the Vatican.
All right, I won't
probably,
say a word.
The Vatican's
Okay, well,
not considered Europe, is it? It's a
no,
small
JJ, I
country
think
in
you're
the
on
world.
something now. Now, the Vatican City
Yeah.
is its own country.
Smallest country in the world.
So that's going to be the correct answer. However,
there's
I would call it
Monaco.
a legit country. Okay, would be that Liechtenstein. I think it is.
Yeah, that would be the other one if it ain't Vatican City, I think.
Yeah,
Well, the Vatican City, their their army there, they wear
they're Swiss.
They wear their
Girly
uniforms
clothes.
were designed after the Jack in the Box. little
They
fella.
were.
Leonardo da Vinci or somebody
So
came
you
up
don't.
with that.
So you don't know the answer, Jonathan.
It's one of those two, though, right?
I think it's the Vatican, but
Yeah,
you
it
might
is.
want to Google this to make sure that I'm right.
Okay.
Well, Jonathan, that's
But
kind of
as
your
far as
job
the
when you
Vatican
call
is a
in with a
country
question.
Itself.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. See you, Jonathan. Thank
All
you, my
right,
friend.
thank you.
Type that in. Someone
No,
type
it's
that.
Vatican. If
Vatican
it's
City.
in Europe, because that's the
Yeah, that's in
smallest,
Europe.
well,
It's
then
in
that's,
Italy.
That's the answer because it's the smallest country in the world. Period.
Yeah.
All right, well.
it's that's in Rome, but are they under Roman?
No, they're sovereign.
I mean, other than Roman. Are they under Italian law? Or are they're
Nope.
sovereign?
They have their own. I mean, it's a country.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Who's next, Ed?
All right, we go back to Tennessee, and Linda is on the line.
Sounds like
Linda,
a
welcome to
country
Trivia
song.
Friday.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Linda. Thanks for calling. Where do you live in Tennessee?
Milan.
Mine. Okay.
Great area.
Right up there, not too far from Jackson, right?
How far is that
That's
from the
right.
Vatican?
I don't know.
Hey,
Too far
hey,
from me.
Linda, when we say Milan in our neck of the woods, we treat it like Dallas, Fort Worth. You know, we blend it together. We always say Jackson, Milan. Does a lot of people in your area say that, sort of put the two together?
I haven't heard too many people do that.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you got borders, secure borders, and your sovereign city there. Good for you. Hey, you
All
want
right.
to ask,
Thank you.
answer, or do both, dear?
I'm going to ask you a question.
What's your question?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to see how smart you are in the Bible. Okay, what is the shortest chapter, the longest chapter, and the chapter that's in the center of the Bible?
All right, don't say anything.
All right, don't say
gonna
we're talking amongst ourselves
The center
here.
of the Bible is Psalm, and I'm trying to think which
Is it
Psalm
118?
it is. That sounds right. Psalm 118.
I think it is 118. Longest chapter would be Psalm 119.
Psalm 119, and it's about the Word.
Yeah.
Every time you see precept, law, the Word, all that's about the Bible.
And is the
shortest is a
chapter,
Psalm too, isn't it?
Isn't it Psalm 100 or something?
Shortest chapter? Well,
Shortest chapter.
Well, now is this maybe going to be Philemon or
103.
Jude and just real?
No, it's in Psalms. They're all three in Psalms.
All three in
103 or
Psalms.
I think the shortest chapter would be 100.
It's pretty short, but there's one
All right,
shorter
all right.
than that. There's one.
So are we right? Go ahead.
Psalms 117 is the shortest.
Is the shortest?
119
Oh, so 17,
is the
18,
longest.
19.
Oh, that's
One
good.
eight, 117.
18's in the middle, correct?
118's the middle.
And 119's the longest.
Longest, and
Well,
117
isn't
is
that
the
something?
shortest.
I did not know that.
And listen, there's 594 chapters before 118, and there's 594 chapters after 118. And then when you add them, you get 1188. And the center verse of the Bible is 118.8.
Isn't that something?
All right, so we got 2 out of the 3 right. So you said you're going to check and see how smart we are. So how smart does that make us?
You are excellent.
Excellent.
Thank
All right,
you.
we'll take it. We'll take it.
Would you call? Would it be too
60%
much
didn't get
trouble
me anywhere
for you?
in school, but if we're going to take it.
Linda, how comfortable would you feel calling each of our wives and telling them that? Because that would go a
that
long way.
That we're excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would do that if you give me the number.
I think it will be answered with, are we talking about the same person here? Okay.
Go ahead, JJ. You start off. Go ahead and give her your phone number.
Here's JJ's cell phone, email, and
right. Hey, Merry Christmas, Linda, to you and yours, and thank you.
I have a feeling your wives already know that.
Yeah, well, they do. They keep that to themselves, but they know. They know we're smart.
I just want to ask, so that's remarkable.
Yeah, it really is.
You're so the and I don't know if it means anything or not, but 119 is Psalm 119 is the middle. No. Right?
No,
longest.
19 is the longest.
17 is the shortest.
17 is shortest. 18 is the
118.
in the middle. 118.
And then there's 594 chapters of the Bible preceding what?
118.
And 594 afterwards.
And there's afterward.
Okay. Can I just offer
Then
something
you
here?
add them and you get 1188, and then the center verse is 118, verse 8.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. Great to hear from you in Milan,
Yes.
Tennessee. So, fellers.
All right. Something's dawned on you right now.
It's dawned on
I can
me.
see the excitement right now.
It's red dawned on me.
And I got something that might take some wind out of your sails.
I'm going to take the wind out right now.
All right, do it.
Chapters to the Bible were added long after the scriptures were written.
That's what I was going to say.
So that was probably intentional.
Yeah. You look at 1 Corinthians 12 and 1 Corinthians 13, you can see that's just rolling right on in to without taking a breath. Because chapters and verses, that's sort of a new thing.
Yeah.
So what are you saying, Tim? You trying to ruin what Linda said?
I'm just saying Nostradamus was right. That's what I'm just telling you. If you read him in context.
Oh, yeah. You have to read
gotta
Nostradamus in context. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. You're listening to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Before somebody emails me, I'm just kidding around. The Holy Scriptures are in no way attached to Nostradamus.
Right.
Nostradamus are when you're sitting in your dentist office and they got the tabloid on there and you're waiting to see the dentist and you want to see what Nostradamus predicted.
Yes.
That's
because he's always one of his predictions is always about to come true.
Yes, it is. All right. So listen, let's go to let's reset our questions real quick, guys.
Okay. I'm having to add questions. I've had 3 answered already.
I haven't even had a nibble.
In Luke 2, how many angels spoke to the shepherds? Second question I'll add, what was the name of the prophetess who approached Mary and Joseph in the temple and thanked God for the baby Jesus?
The prophetess?
Yes.
Prophetess.
Yeah, there was a man and a woman.
Okay, I'm thinking of the man.
And they both heard from the Lord, they were going to live to see the baby.
And I will add one because I don't mind putting these out here. This will be a third one. But this is non-Christmas related. What is the highest grossing movie of all time? What is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Taking into account inflation?
Yes, they always do.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that's it. That's what I've got.
Here's what I've got. First question. The classic Christmas movie, Miracle on 34th Street, centers on what real-life department store? Second question. What book in the Bible prophesies that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem? Third question. True or false? The first artificial Christmas trees were made of goose feathers. Is that true or false? And interestingly enough, right after Christmas, they could take the tree down and make pillows. So it was win-win, for a lot, if it's true.
If it's true.
Right.
Me?
Yes, sir. Good. It's up to you now there, Nostradamus.
Yes. They just call me Nostri.
Nostri.
Yeah, around the house. All right. So this is the two nicknames for the state of Mississippi are what? Okay. I asked that. Everybody understand that question?
Yeah, but a person from Mississippi is not allowed to answer.
That's right. That's right. So what are the two nicknames for the state of Mississippi, at least most commonly used nicknames? Just, as I said, like Kentucky.
Kind of like the motto or something.
Yeah, Kentucky's known the bluegrass state. That's what I'm talking about. Number two, who was famous for using the expression happy trees on television? Who was famous for using the expression happy trees on
I remember
TV?
that. They had the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Henry Winkler?
That's right. They had the Fonz on there.
Monday, Tuesday, happy trees.
That's what I'm thinking. I just couldn't get there.
Back to the phones, Ed.
All right. Do we have time for that? Or
I will have them hang over if we don't.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Iowa then. Don is on the line. Don, welcome to Trivia Friday. Hey, Don. Don, if you could turn down your radio. We're getting a tremendous amount of feedback.
I'm here. Yeah, I can't really hear you, though.
Can you hear us now, Don?
Are you on your phone calling in?
Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Are you on your phone?
He can't hear us, so this is futile.
He's trying to listen through his radio.
Mute. It's
Well, how did he call in?
I think he's muted us.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know it, but you can't tell him he's muted us because he can't hear us.
He can't hear us.
It's a dilemma. So it's a moral dilemma.
It'll actually open a portal into another universe, but you can't explain that to anybody either.
That's an unfortunate situation right there because he was holding on for a long time. Who were we talking to? Don?
His name was Don.
Okay, here,
Iowa.
All right, Don, listen unto me. If you can hear me on the radio, email us and we'll get you on next Friday.
That's good.
Email us at comments@afr.net, Don. He was in Iowa, right?
Yes.
Just say, I'm Don in Iowa. You I got
cut off.
Cut off, and we'll put you on first thing this show next Monday.
Yeah,
mention
Trivia Friday.
Comments at afr.net. All right, we got to take a short time out right here, and we shall return for the last half hour of Learning University.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
All God asks of you is faithfulness. Headlines in USA Today. Did you see it this morning? All the odds are against us. Faithfulness is the word.
There's a place for you on the battle line. Engage in the fight for America's families. Visit afa.net and then take your position. A message from the American Family Association.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. President-elect Donald Trump's border czar Tom Homan met with New York City Mayor Eric Adams about the city's ongoing issues with a surge of illegal aliens. Holman says he saw a complete 180 in the mayor's approach toward the issue and says he promised to help the Trump administration.
He has promised to work with us to target violent, criminal, illegal aliens in this city and to help us find over 300,000 missing children that this administration released to unvetted sponsors. That struck a chord with muscle, so he's promised partnership.
2 illegal aliens from Venezuela have been accused of murdering and sexually assaulting 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungary in Texas. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg says she will be seeking the death penalty in the case.
We want the message out there that regardless of who you are, but especially if you are illegally in this country, that you will face the same consequences as anyone else.
Tesla founder Elon Musk is a close confidant and major supporter of President-elect Donald Trump. Now, others in the tech industry are following suit. Lillian Wu reports.
Among the tech leaders apparently lining up to show support for President-elect Trump, Google CEO Sundar Pichai, who reportedly visited Mar-a-Lago Thursday. Amazon executive chairman Jeff Bezos is penciled in for a meeting next week. The Wall Street Journal says his company plans to donate $1 million to the Trump Inauguration Fund, which already got $1 million from Meta. Its chief executive, Mark Zuckerberg, had dinner last month at Mar-a-Lago, during which he gave a private demonstration of the company's Ray-Ban smart glasses. And Mark Benioff, Salesforce CEO and owner of Time Magazine, celebrated its naming of Donald Trump as Person of the Year. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
President-elect Donald Trump is siding with longshoremen workers ahead of a union contract deadline that falls before Inauguration Day.
The International Longshoremen's Association has until January 15th to negotiate a new contract with ports and shipping companies. The ports want to use more automation to make offloading ships faster, but President-elect Trump says that will hurt longshore workers, that the amount of money saved in automation is nowhere near the harm it will cause families, that foreign companies involved here have made a fortune in the U.S. and should be helping American workers. But the shippers and the ports argue they could just go elsewhere, where they're using more automation. China's building a megaport in Peru, for example. The Maritime Alliance says a contract isn't just about the longshore workers, but supporting small businesses and consumers who benefit from keeping costs down at the ports. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Past comments from the Surgeon General nominee are causing concern. Chris Woodward explains.
The remarks from Dr. Jeanette Neshwat appeared to be from a Fox News interview. They were shared on X by Scarlett Johnson, a political scientist and grassroots activist with ties to Moms for Liberty, Wisconsin.
When you have a child who's suffering from gender dysphoria, this is a disconnect, a mismatch between how they feel and what a doctor assigned them as a gender at birth. And it's a very serious and sensitive issue that has to be taken very seriously because, specifically, there's a very high suicidal rate among transgender adolescents. They are almost 8 times more likely to commit suicide than their cisgender peers. And so when we see the AAFP only wanting to push drugs and hormones and other types of surgical interventions rather than taking a conservative approach, such as psychotherapy, they're making a mistake. It's unethical, it's immoral, and it's inappropriate. They need to be open-minded to looking at the big picture.
In her post about these comments, Johnson said that doctors do not assign an infant their gender at birth, adding, human babies are male or female. There is no such thing as a trans child. While acknowledging Neshwat is not woke, Johnson said she is concerned when the nominee for Surgeon General repeats the misleading assertions of gender identity. Johnson went on to say that Neshwat clearly believes that a child can choose their own so-called gender and that parents should support their child's choice.
The most important thing of all of this is no matter what gender your child identifies, accept them and love them for who they are.
I'm Chris Woodward.
Stocks wavered on Wall Street, but key indexes were clawing back some of their losses from a rare, bumpy week. More news online at afn.net and the AFN mobile app. I'm Rusty P.
Liberals are determined to fight any legislation that protects election integrity. That's why the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act has been added to a continuing resolution spending bill. The SAVE Act will make sure only American citizens can vote. States will have to remove non-citizens from their lists of voters. Please take time today to urge your representative to support the addition of the SAVE Act to any continuing resolution bill. Time is of the essence, so visit afa.net today.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Trivia Friday it is on American Family Radio. Thanks for joining us. AFR.net is our website. AFR.net is the website we live video stream the show. And if you want to listen to past Trivia Friday programs, we have, a couple years posted. So the podcast, if you're traveling, you just want to listen to trivia that we've had over the last couple years, just go to AFR.net, click on podcast, and then you'll see the banner for Trivia Friday. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ, and we go back to the phones, Ed.
All right, we're going back to Mississippi, and Dale is on the line. Dale, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
Good morning, Dale.
We're blessed, buddy, just like you.
Actually, it's Delbert.
Delbert, okay.
Gotcha. Like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like the Secretary of State.
The cartoon's Dilbert, but that's close. Welcome to the program, Dilbert.
That's why Delbert. That's why I started laughing, because I got it wrong.
Hey, you know what? Here's the deal. Hey, Dilbert, I got to tell you, Tim is on to something, because I used to have a hard time getting people's names right. And when I took that Dave Carnegie course, it changed everything for me. Now I got a mind as sharp as it's like a bear trap. It's open on both sides and rusty.
Somehow I believe that.
Dave
Carnegie.
Dave Carnegie course. I recommend it, folks.
It was cheaper than the Dale Carnegie one, but just as good.
That's right.
All right, Dale, where do you live in Mississippi, brother?
I'm up the road north of you guys, up in a big metropolis of Booneville, Mississippi.
All right.
The heart of Prentice County right there.
The heart of Prentice County.
I've seen that verse. Can anything good come out of Booneville?
Well,
we're about to find out. All right, Dale.
I don't know. I think you just offended Dale some
No,
way or
you
another,
hear
but
how
I don't
happy he
know
is.
exactly how you did it.
Delbert.
No, we're good, man. We're good.
Okay.
Let's play trivia, brother.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Get us back on
All right.
track.
Bring
Got to have a listener to get us back on track. That's a sad commentary.
So just forget Dale.
Wow,
altogether.
man.
Yeah, it's Delbert.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You want to ask, answer, or do both, brother?
I'm gonna try them both, and I think I'm gonna go out on a limb here and try the Happy Tree.
There
All right.
we go.
Go out on a limb for the happy.
Hey, I like that. We
like
saw what you did there,
See
buddy.
what Dale did.
Delbert.
Delbert.
It's
I
okay,
knew
man.
that.
I'll be called whatever, man.
I know. I knew that. I wanted to get a rise out of Ed, so I did.
It's so hard, too.
So here we go. The question that Delbert is going to answer is this: who was famous for using the expression "happy trees" on television? What's the answer?
I'm gonna try Bob Ross.
Bob
There
Ross.
it is.
That's right.
There it is.
The inventor of the afro.
No, that was cultural
When I was-
appropriation. Is what that was.
Probably
What
right.
about that, Delbert?
Well,
Go ahead.
When I was young, when I was a teenager, I remember seeing him on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I thought he was like incredible. He could just take a blank sheet there, and next thing you know, and the way he talked to the painting and all that stuff, you're like, wow, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
And I just, he said, let's put a little tree right here and a little tree right
Happy
here.
trees.
And it was Happy Trees. And I thought, wow, and that kind of stood out. I thought the guy was
It
incredible.
was a long time
That's
after
good.
Happy Trails, but Happy Trees came along.
Yeah,
You
Happy
know,
Days. They named that program after Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross?
His artwork.
You know what? I used to see him.
Look it up.
Delbert, look it up. I used to see him. I think his show started in the 70s, maybe.
I believe you're right.
But his show. But I was one of those who would see him because you're flipping the channels.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
and you would see it, and you can't forget him.
Right.
Once you see him.
That's right.
But I didn't stop. Nobody in our family went, wow, stop right there. There's a dude painting on TV. Don't change that channel. Nobody did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do.
But years later, so I've shared this story before, but it doesn't stop me. shared it again. About 2 years ago, Allison, my wife, and I, we were down at the beach, and we left our little dog in the condo while we went to the beach, and this is completely idiotic, but this is what dog owners do. They say, "What do you want?" We turn the TV on for the dog. I don't know how many other people do that, but it's you're talking crazy, but you do it anyway. So I said, "Well, we'll turn the TV on for Champ. That's your dog. What do you want?" Well, stop right there. That's Bob Ross painting. He'll like that. And I said, okay, we'll leave him right there. Turn the volume up. So then we went to the beach, and we got back, and my dog, he's a Maltese, 11-pound Maltese. He's like zombie-eyed. He wouldn't move from watching Bob Ross paint happy trees.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his voice, because his voice was pretty soothing.
Yes. You know, that could have been, you could be onto something right there. His voice, but it was like for 2 hours, that dog sat there and watched Bob Ross paint happy trees. And but there was listen, I don't know if this was Roku or what it was, but there was a whole channel, and it was 24/7 Bob Ross, just show after show.
Well, if he's been on since the 70s, you got.
Well, he's dead now.
Well, I mean, but you got a lot of episodes to choose from.
Yeah.
Well, here's a little known fact. A lot of people don't realize after his art career kind of fizzled out, he started doing fitness shows, and he'd say, "Come on, ladies, get those hands up. You're going to be beautiful.
Have some happy thighs."
Happy thighs.
Anyway, but he had an unmistakable look. He had that afro.
Right. Oh, I'm thinking of somebody different with an afro.
Was a white,
Never mind, it wasn't
white dude with an afro. That was unusual. And then, but he was just a
very talented artist,
world-class artist,
great teacher.
Yeah. But he did that. But to do that by yourself, talking into a camera and painting was just amazing.
Right.
But anyway, all right. Did we get to?
Do you have a question for us, Delbert?
I do, and I think Tim may pull this one out.
All right.
Because we're close to the same age here. So anyway, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, what was the biggest selling single record of 45 of the past? And that record got broken in 1999 by another artist. But what was the original one that sold the most copies?
I'm gonna say White Christmas.
Single record.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby is correct.
Well, I didn't even
That's my hero. That's the CEO and president of AFA and AFR.
Yeah, Bing Crosby.
And it was
a lot of people, the baby boomers, don't even know don't know exactly how popular Bing Crosby was prior.
And at the time, Tim, it had sold like 25 million copies. And so to somebody to beat that, it had to be a massive record. So if you can remember the late 90s, who beat that with what song?
All right, hang on. We're talking amongst ourselves.
Christmas or otherwise?
Just best.
It's just going to be otherwise.
I think beat it with Michael Jackson.
I was going to say a Michael Jackson song.
Hold on, fellas. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. He said, what year did you say?
99.
That's long after Michael Jackson.
Oh, that's right.
Well, then how about Prince?
That's long after Prince.
Really?
Yeah. You guys are old.
We are, man. All those years are smushed together in my memory.
You said 1999.
Tim's going to know.
Okay. It's going to be 98 or 99, right in there, right at the end of the 90s.
Okay. Now, of course, nobody was selling records that small.
Because he's saying 45. Oh, but
not
a 45.
You're talking about an individual song.
Individual song. Nothing else comes close to it now. It's just blew it out of the water.
Okay, can you tell me?
Oh,
what 99?
What about that Baby Shark? That's YouTube.
That's like music blasphemy.
That's views.
You shouldn't even bring that up.
That's not sales. That's YouTube views.
That's views.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, you better tell us.
Hold on. Just tell me. Can you tell me anything else?
Guy or girl? Mariah Carey. I'm going to throw that out.
You may get it right here.
All right.
Actually, the song came out in the past, and the same artist redid it, and it just took over the whole world that year. Yeah, that's.
Was this artist popular worldwide, or is this like a one?
He was the biggest. Actually, he was the biggest selling artist of the '70s.
Oh, is it Princess Di? The song. Something about Candle in the Wind?
No.
Candle in the Wind by Elton John.
Oh,
Is that what it was? Oh.
That was from Yellow Brick Road album.
Right.
Was that?
But
See, I'm glad I didn't blurt out achy, breaky Christmas.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been close. So what we're talking about here is Elton John had this "Candle in the Wind" song, and it was about Marilyn Monroe. And then when Princess Di died, he's changed the lyrics a little bit and sang it at her funeral, and it was watched all over the world. And that's what he's talking about, saying it twice. So Candle in the Wind.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Delbert?
Delbert.
Okay, let's repeat our questions for the last time for the show today. We got 15 minutes left.
Well, now I'm regretting giving 3 questions, but I guess I have to just.
You've already committed.
I've committed
I haven't
now.
had a nibble on mine.
In Luke 2, how many angels spoke to the shepherds? Second question, what was the name of the prophetess who approached Mary and Joseph in the temple and thanked God for the baby Jesus? And what is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Here's what I've got. First question. The classic Christmas movie Miracle on 34th Street centers on what real-life department store? I'll give you a hint. It's not that French store, J.C. Penney's. So there's a little bit of a hint. And then second question, what book in the Bible prophesies that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem? Third question, true or false, the first artificial Christmas trees were made out of goose feathers. Is that true or false?
All right. Goose feathers, huh?
Goose feathers.
My question, the only question I got left is, what are the 2 nicknames for the state of Mississippi? And if you live in Mississippi, you're not eligible for this answer. Every state has its own nickname. Kentucky's called the Bluegrass State, for example. I'm asking for 2 for the state of Mississippi. Let's go, Ed.
All right, we go to North Carolina, and Isabel is on the line. Isabel is 11 years old. Isabel, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello.
Hello, Isabel. Thanks for calling. Where do you live in North Carolina?
Wait, we live in Florida. Sorry, we just moved.
Oh, you just moved.
Okay, you just moved. I tell you what, Isabel, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, Isabel, if you can answer the following question, I will send you an AFR ball cap.
Wow.
Okay? It's a really nice.
Oh my gosh.
Get ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell me, what is the nickname for the state of Florida?
The nickname.
Yeah, when you came across the state line, you saw a big sign. It said "Welcome to the what state?"
Sunshine State.
There you go.
Way to go.
There
Nicely
you go,
done.
Isabel.
Wow, you just won a ball cap.
Yeah. So stay on. When we get through talking to you, you stay on the line so we can get your address.
We'll
okay?
put you on hold, and Cindy Roberts will come on and get your information, and we'll put that in the mail for
Happy
you. Okay.
early Christmas.
Okay.
All right.
I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Who's the what?
No, if you want to, that wasn't the question, maybe you called in to answer. Do you have another question you want to try to answer, and then you can ask us, or do you want to just go on to the question you have for us?
I want to go on to the question I have for you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's the forgotten Ninja Turtle?
You got to answer their question.
Yeah, she did answer the one about the Sunshine State.
Mm-hmm. So what Ninja Turtle? You had all those Italian. You're a resident Italian. What were those? Donatello.
I don't know.
Raphael. But the forgotten Ninja Turtle.
This is going to be a riddle.
Listen, that's a heartbreaking story. I don't know if you guys have ever read.
You
about
saw the
it.
documentary about it.
I did.
Yeah.
It was like after the. Have you ever seen Behind the Music?
Yeah.
Right.
It was right after that.
You tell me you're flipping through the channels, and after you kind of got sidetracked by Bob Ross, you went on.
I went the Forgotten Ninja.
The
Turtle.
Forgotten Ninja Turtle, and you got stuck there.
Anyway, I'm not going to give you a spoiler alert.
Right.
What's the answer?
It's D. Milo. No. Oh, yes.
I think we got it.
Venus D. Milo.
D. Milo?
D. Milo?
Like the tea?
Yeah.
Like the iced tea?
I don't get it.
Venus D. Milo. It's like the statue.
Okay.
DeMilo.
Okay,
Still don't get
DeMilo. DeMilo.
Okay, so
is-
that's the forgotten Ninja
Yeah, it
Turtle.
was the forgotten Ninja Turtle.
Thank you for
She's a
that.
girl.
Stay on the line
You know,
so you can get that free cap.
it was,
And she's adorable. And
Yes.
it's good to
Sad
have
story.
those the lifelines that
The
she's got in the
forgotten
background.
Ninja Turtle. He got on the outs with his girlfriend.
Sent him for a loop, didn't it?
Well, yeah.
His life
It was sad.
spun out of control.
Yeah, and he wouldn't listen to anybody.
He wound up getting addicted to eating goldfish.
He did.
It was a terrible thing.
That's as much as we need to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what the slug
For a
said?
number of reasons.
You know what the snail said riding on the back of a turtle's back?
What?
Whee!
And then he said,
Somehow
I didn't know,
this
I didn't know-
show has just gone off the rails.
Then the turtle said, I didn't know you spoke French. No, that would have been the snail. Oh, no, that would have been the turtle.
That's right.
And then
I'm just lost. I'm
Hey, let's go to the next
calling
caller.
Delbert back
Is this
up. so we
Teresa? Teresa from Ohio. Can you hear me now? Teresa?
Yes, hello.
How are
I didn't know
you?
you spoke French. You get that?
I'm doing well.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
laughing, rolling on the floor.
Oh, wonderful. Laughter is good medicine. Hey, are you ready for Christmas? Because it's just about here, a couple of weeks
I
away.
hope so.
We're getting there.
Good.
Where do you live in Ohio? Where'd she say?
She didn't say.
Teresa, where you
I
live
live in a little town called Plymouth. I listen on the Shelby Tower, WAUI.
Yes, Shelby.
Yeah.
Shelby, we've been on the
Yes.
air with that station in Shelby for many, many years.
I love this station.
Yeah.
I'm blind, so I don't get a lot of literature to read, and
Right.
I listen a lot on your station. It really feeds me spiritually.
Oh,
I appreciate
wonderful.
it.
Well,
Thank you
bless
for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Hey, Teresa, just for those
testimony.
kind comments, we're going to send you a hat, a ball cap.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
well, listen, this is why I called.
Okay.
Remember a couple of months ago, you had a question about the Fluffernutter sandwich? It's
Yeah.
peanut butter and
Marshmallow, yeah.
cream.
Yeah.
I tried to get in on that show because when I was a kid and we moved to Ohio, we lived near Cleveland, and we got the Cleveland TV station, and there was a commercial, and there was a little song about the Fluffernutter sandwich. That's where I first heard about
There's
it.
a song
It
about
goes-
it?
Yeah, it goes like this. First you spread your bread with peanut butter. Add marshmallow fluff to make a fluffernutter. That's the first time I ever heard about it.
What's the second stanza?
That's all it was.
Well, there's
All
a
it was. It
college,
was on-
a college in Ohio now that's adopted that as their school song.
The Fluffernutters?
Yes.
Where did you move to Ohio from, Teresa?
I was born in Crawfordsville, Indiana. That's near Indianapolis. And
'Cause I
through
remember-
my father's work. We got transferred.
I remember the Fluffernutter sandwich song growing up in New England.
Did you really?
Yes. We used to have Fluffernutter sandwiches with that marshmallow fluff, which just now it's just pure. You realize it's just pure sugar. But man, we
It's
loved it
wonderful, though.
growing up. Loved it.
It's wonderful. I still like it to this day.
Did you answer one of our questions? I'm already so far away from when you first jumped in
I
here.
have not answered one.
Which one you want to
me
answer?
I don't know which. Give me I can't remember them, so you have a true false one?
I do have a true or false, so you got a 50-50 chance.
Lower in the bar.
Right.
The first artificial
Really low in the
Christmas
bar.
trees were made of goose feathers. Is that true or false?
I say true.
Teresa, it is 100% true.
Well,
Way to go.
The very first artificial Christmas trees. I had the backstory and I misplaced it. I think it's Germany, but they were made of goose feathers.
That makes sense, though. I mean, there are probably plenty of goose feathers around.
And
then you can stuff pillows with it afterwards.
I was just joking about stuffing the pillows. Yeah, make you some nice quill pins. After you had a good meal of goose, and you said, "What are we going to do with all?" Hey, let's make an artificial Christmas tree.
Yeah,
Recycling.
Something seems
Might
wrong
have been
about,
less work than
about eating an
stomping around
animal and
to
then making
cut down a tree.
and making a tree out of its feathers.
our daughter has moved to Africa in August,
Yeah.
and the cab driver taking her to catch her flight in Nairobi. You're going home for holiday. He said, "So what animal did your family slaughter to celebrate the holiday. And she was like, boy, you're not in Kansas anymore.
Right. All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Teresa.
What's your question for us?
She needs to hold on. Get that hat.
What is a clavicle?
That's the bone.
Collarbone.
Yeah.
You got it. That's right.
Yeah, what is a clavicle?
All right.
I was a nurse, and clavicle was the collarbone, and scapula was the shoulder blade.
I could tell you the rest of them, but I'd have to start where the song starts and about halfway through before I'd get to what connects to.
And before you know it, you'll go right into the Fluffernutter song.
Fluffernutter song.
Hey,
That's
Teresa,
right.
I'm going to put you on hold, and then Cindy Roberts is going to get your information, and we will get an AFR travel cap, ball cap out to you in the mail just as soon as we can.
I think you got your travel
by the
mug
way, just
and
real
the cap.
quick.
Did I say
travel cap. No, you said travel cap.
Travel cap.
Just FYI here, we've put on our Facebook page, our Today's Issues Facebook page. I mentioned the sweets,
the foods everywhere,
the foods that are everywhere at our office that a lot of people also experience when they go out and about because like
all the Christmas parties,
unwilling victims.
I showed
frankly.
a picture of what I'm talking about. So when you put on,
and it just happened.
You put on 10 pounds in 2 weeks. This is why it happens. If you look at this, what I put up there. And it's free. They put free on there like they're going to charge for cookies they put out, I guess. But anyway, so I put that on our today's Facebook.
That's in our little kitchenette area.
Yeah, and this has probably been wiped out.
By the time we've been on the show.
I took this picture 15 minutes ago. It's probably been wiped out of all these.
Yeah, that's why the NSA, after Thanksgiving and Christmas, they encourage you to set your scales back 10 pounds.
The NSA?
Yes, NSA. They're part of that now.
Are they? So they're watching us?
They're watching us.
And they're watching how much we weigh?
To see if you're naughty or nice. They're They got a list, and they're checking it twice. Wait, I might have that mixed up.
I thought you'd say the FDA, but I didn't know the NSA was
into
watching
FDA,
people's
that's a good one.
Okay.
I think we got
out of time.
less than 2 minutes
all right,
left.
Well, we'll get Tony on next, or Rick, or whoever's left. All right, yeah, we're just out of time. So you got some questions that have heretofore.
I do. So in Luke 2,
unanswered.
how many angels spoke to the shepherds, guys?
How many angels?
Said a multitude.
It was one. One spoke. Now the shepherds.
What Brother Tim said.
Heard them praising God.
Praising God.
Yeah. All right, and the name of the prophet. Yeah.
Would you just say you're correct?
You were correct.
I mean, I didn't. No acknowledgement. You asked the question. I answered the question right, and I'm waiting like a little dog for his food.
As usual, you were correct.
Thank you.
He's waiting like a little dog.
Little dog for my food.
No, waiting.
You didn't even acknowledge
He's
me.
waiting like a little dog waiting for Bob Ross to come on TV. Yeah.
What was the name of the prophetess who approached Mary and Joseph in the temple and thanked God for the baby Jesus?
Anna.
And
it was Simeon
you're right.
or Simon?
JJ, you're right. What a great answer. I wish we could have got a great answer out of Tim on that one.
I see what you did there.
All right, and you guys might not know this. What is the highest grossing movie of all time? You might know.
No matter what movie?
Avatar.
Oh.
Avatar.
Hey.
Almost $3 billion.
Wow.
The
wasn't even real.
What book in the Bible prophesies that the Messiah would be born?
Micah, chapter 5.
Micah 5:2, and then the other question. This was the mystery question. Classic children's. Miracle on 34th Street. What department store? Macy's.
What are the two nicknames for the state of Mississippi most commonly used?
Magnolia and Hospitality State.
Yes. Mississippi is known as the Magnolia State and also the Hospitality State. All right, hope you've had fun, and we enjoyed having all the callers today. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.
AFA.net, resources.afa.net. Today's the last day of free shipping.